Today we're talking about climate change and how we can depict that in a quilt. There's something called the Tempestry Project, which is about knitting and crocheting, where you crochet a color for the day, the temperature of that day. I want to adapt it to quilting, so I did by making a lap quilt. It's a little different than one in that you don't have one row a day, because then you'd have a really long quilt and you don't want something that big. So I kind of decided to do it by a week. And at first, as you can see, I started using scraps because I thought it'd be a great way to use up the scraps. And I started this one in July of 2020, or 2019, sorry. Finished it in July of 2020. Where every day I checked what the high temperature was and I found the appropriate color. Problem was matching the scrap fabrics to the right color, make sure I had enough so I could be consistent. As you can see, it started changing. So then I decided that I wanted to go with solids, and I found some solids that work. So I'm pulling this back. All right, and so you can see it kind of started changing to some more standard things and less scrappy. So by the end, I was pretty much using solids, and what I discovered was Kona cotton solids, and they make a much better quilt. This one isn't finished because I don't finish a lot of my stuff for me. Other people's stuff, the commissions stuff trying to get up on the website, comes first. So I need to finish this one for myself first. But here's a finished one that I just finished, and it was done all in the Kona cotton solids. As you can see, this one is actually the year 1999 back on Long Island. And you can see where it goes, and it goes all the way down from January 1 to end of December. Now, 365, 366 doesn't really divide properly, but there are 52 weeks here. And I just cut the strips. It's just very simple strips. The thing was figuring out how you want to quilt it, because you want the temperature to be the thing you see, not the quilting. You want the message of the quilt to come across. And then, of course, you had to find binding. This doesn't have borders, this quilt, but you had to find binding. And I didn't want to bind it in something that would be one of the colors already in the quilt. And I was very lucky. I found this very fun tan multicolored one. I think that works perfectly. It's the same color as what's on the backing, as you can see. So that worked out very nice. And this was a commission quilt. Now, these are all, you can order these on the website. They are definitely up on the website. Check the link in my bio for the website, what they are, and you can pick the size you want from lap quilt on up to king size. And then you have to give the city and the year. If you don't have those, I can't do them. I keep plenty of the fabric. Yes, we're going on a field trip today. I keep plenty of the fabrics around. As you can see, here's my fabric box of all the colors. And I use a master list that is matched to the one on the Tempestry website. I took their color scheme and their temperatures and then matched them to the Kona cotton colors. I keep a little snippet over here because so I can remember which one is exactly, if I see lemon ice, I go, okay, it looks like that. Because you're into shades and you don't want to mix them up, as you can see. When I was doing mine, my husband looked at me and he said, what do you do? What color do you use when it gets really cold? And I said, well, I'm really lucky. If it gets to 100 below, I get to use black. And he looked at me and said, I think we're good. So I have plenty of the colors here, and if I don't have, because you're someplace that is outside the range of about 20 degrees, I have down to 20 degrees to have all the way up to 22 above 90, and I'm pretty sure I've got Ruby too. So I've got above 95. So if you're in that temperature range of 20 degrees Fahrenheit to about 95, I'm in good shape. I can order the other ones though. And this is just a fun way to talk about climate change while giving yourself a nice little quilt, and you can put it out there and give messages to people. Again, these are on the website, Legal Quilts, free web store, Legal Quilts, and you can special order these. So, but I do need 3 months lead time, at least, because it does take time to make these. But if you'd like one, please go and order one. Thank you.